So we're wearing our sunnies because the lights in the studio.
It's just
Oh
too
my
bright.
goodness, this is such a natural way to bring up that we're in a different space. Look at how beautiful the lighting.
Wow.
Hello.
And on that smooth segue, hello and welcome back to another episode of the CAYACast. Today we are joined by Jared, Kyra, Durant over here, and I'm Brad.
I've got to be honest, like I'm not on the CAYACast often nowadays, so I feel like
Welcome back.
I feel like I'm the guest.
Are you the guest? Is this the one where we interview
Let's
Dury?
interview.
I feel like
Dury.
I'm the guest.
There's a segment we do on the CAYACast. How
Yes.
would you introduce yourself?
How would I introduce
Yes.
myself? Sure, hey. Fattest ass south of the lentil curtain. Dopest dude that has the name Durant. I don't know, like I'm just
Smooth.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, hey.
But
But yeah, I'm just keen to be behind the microphone for a bit. Hey, I left you guys for a bit.
I know you're back, but
Yeah.
we're back. We're in another new location from last episode's new location.
You guys
but-
might see this one a little bit more.
Yeah.
often.
This is a
Yeah.
new location that might become a bit of a regular location.
Yeah.
So let's start off with that. Let's start off talking about that. It's 2023. Things are changing, as some of you will know. Those that follow us aggressively on socials will know that we moved out of the old studio at 111. And if you watched episode 30, you might have some insight into why that happened. But we mentioned then, and we mentioned in the post, that it wasn't the end of CAYA Creative Studios. It was a pause and
Nor the end of a CAYACast.
nor the end of the CAYA cast, but a bit of a reevaluation, shall we say. And one of those reevaluations has come in the form of a collaboration, which is very on brand, with someone who, or somebody / a team and a company that we've worked with before and who long-time listeners of the CAYAcast will be familiar with. And that's Mr. Aidan Tobias and the team at the studio, as well as the little big team, because that all gets confusing. But we're here. We are at the studio. Now, anyone who follows any photographer or model in Cape Town will be familiar with the OG, the studio,
Mm.
Daylight. Is it over there? Isn't it
Over
approximately?
there.
I think it's over there, yeah.
That way.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure, how
we've
you
gotten
gonna get
flipped
over?
around a little bit.
I can't see the mountain. I'm confused.
But they have also started this year quite aggressively expanding beyond that iconic Daylight studio. And so we're currently sitting in the downstairs Studio B. Welcome to Studio B. We'll do another CAYAcast in a little bit in Studio A, which is the big one
Yeah.
next door. But this little one is probably the one that we're going to be spending the majority of our time in studio at the moment,
And something you guys can use if
and
Yeah.
something you guys can use. So
Definitely.
in exactly the same way that you used to be able to book out our studio, you will be able to, probably by the time this is out, maybe, depends on how fast I update the booking system, be able to book this space and probably the Daylight studio as well in the beginning, and then we will add Studio A as that comes properly online, and you'll be able to book it just like you used to do with our studios. You'll be able to come in, use the spaces. You'll also be able to, in that, work with one of our team, just in a different space. And that offering is likely to also still expand as things. Are you imitating my use of my hands? It's a very good oratorial technique, apparently.
Okay.
I'm trying to listen to the TikTok
The TikTok
savants that tell you how to do
But-
everything now.
But I want to put a caveat on, like, if people want to come and use this space, like, I just want to say, just because we're in our socks, right, doesn't mean you have to be. It's like we just need to keep it clean.
Yeah, well,
So-
actually, yeah, though, unless you have to be wearing the shoes in the shoot for
Yeah.
the shot,
Yeah.
you will not be wearing your shoes. You can also be socked up. It's way more comfy.
Yeah, but I think this is the first ever CAYAcast where everybody here is wearing, in the CAYAcast is wearing socks, except for
And
Jared,
shades,
who's-
for whatever reason.
because the
Like-
lights are bright.
I mean,
burnt ass feet from the
I was gonna
weekend.
say, where are your shades and where are your socks?
Sunglasses somewhere on the dance floor.
Somewhere with you, till to
Yeah.
be seen
Socks,
again.
wearing
Too hot for
Birkenstocks.
s-
Yeah.
I guess you can say that your sunglasses are no longer with you.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, okay, that was actually,
Well
as the
done.
dad jokes go, that was
Yeah.
a fairly good one.
Speaking about with you festival,
Sure. How was that?
it was fun. Just want
Yeah.
to give a little shout out to the guy who came up to me and said that he watches the CAYACast and likes what we're doing. I forgot your name. I'm sorry, but I remember you.
Sure.
Take that. That's a dub
Yeah.
in and of itself.
Yeah, it was a very good / bad time to come up to me.
2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, no, but I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember you.
Well,
That's the bottom
Just not
line.
your name.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Thank you to anyone
Yeah.
at any point who
Yeah, come say hello.
comes
Yeah.
and says we love it.
Yeah.
You'll probably you'll enjoy it because we tend to get a little bit
Yeah.
because it's still weird for us, but we really love it, and it means a lot that people do watch and support, and enough so that they want to come up to us and overcome our generational social anxiety to approach someone. We really appreciate it because it would be scary for us too.
Yeah, but that's if you see us in person, you know, in passing. Like, don't stalk. Also,
Don't stalk, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
like and subscribe.
like and
comment.
subscribe, and please
Comment.
share the shit.
Don't stalk. And like the Instagram DMs are not there for you trying to further your career by cloud chasing, guys. I just want to say this: like, cloud chasing is not a vibe.
Yeah, because we just
'Cause
see it as weird.
Like, we don't have
We don't
clouds.
have clout, so don't try and find it with us.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, no. Some people's DMs are wild.
Mm.
We won't go into too much detail, but it is a good moment to bring up
Yeah.
the fact that thank you for supporting those of you that do that give us love. It really means the world. To those of you that do support and share, a support and a share online, like on Instagram of a reel or something like that, makes the biggest difference. You don't even understand, but please, please, please share if you like what we're doing. Just share a reel. It's for free. It
Takes
costs
2 seconds.
costs you nothing.
Literally.
Takes
It
2
only takes 2
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, just
Oh.
straight on that add to story.
Are you for real?
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
I'm just trying to spice things up.
The dad jokes are
My
coming.
brain.
The dad jokes are coming thick and fast. But yeah, please like it and actually share shit. It really means the world. And then don't badly slide into our DMs and be like, put me on, because
Yeah.
nah.
Raise your hand if you've ever been approached by somebody who says that they like the podcast.
I think the
Rip.
problem is they don't like you, Duran.
Bro, I'll take it. Bro, I'll take it. I'll take it. eh?
No,
Sure.
we can't even say that because the most viral video we've ever had was Dury.
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah.
enough.
So we
Hey guys, anything that make me go home an hour earlier. I'm joking.
what do we want to move into next?
What do you want to move into? I don't even know, like, because like it's been. Have you guys reflected at all on like what a batshit crazy season it was? Because
I think I'm still reeling.
oh yeah, you guys recorded episode 30 like Christmas time actually after Rage.
Yeah, just before
Before
the
Wonder
Monday
Day.
of Wonder Bay.
So it was even like it was the last week of December.
Was that the
It
28th?
was in the middle of it,
Mm.
yeah.
Sure. No, like, guys, for those of you who, like, as is like, also going out to public and stuff, you know, the listenership and the listeners, like, if you attended a Joel on New Year's Eve, like, be thankful for the people who work their asses off.
Mm.
Like, we got to experience the brunt of it and seeing, like we came in with teams and, like, I want to say, like, what the work we do is really, like, it's difficult and stuff, but, like, it's the long-term stuff. When you're there and you've got all your plans are working out and it's going swimming, you know, it's quite nice and you get to enjoy yourself. But there's people that work these festivals, like the grounds people and everything. Like, guys, if you ever go to any events ever, just say, like, and you enjoyed yourself, say thank you to whoever you see
They're there
Wow.
before you get there and they leave after you leave. So
there.
The amount of thank yous we got at Wonder Bay though was insane. Like coming up to us and being like, thank you so much. And we're just like,
Yeah, and then there's a part of you that feels bad at times where you're like, no, listen, like
yeah.
we're filming.
Yeah,
and
literally,
I
we're
appreciate it,
just,
but like there's some other people
Yeah.
who
But
deserve.
trying to explain that
Yeah,
to
no.
them.
Yeah, it's like-
Sure, I'll tell you. Oh, can we tell some funny anecdotes?
Yes, as long as they don't name anybody, then we're
No,
good.
I don't know. I think it was at Wannabe, and I was working at the hotbox stage, right?
Shout out Hotbox.
Yeah, and these two women come up to me, like I'm sorry, like quite
Belligerently.
inebriated. I mean, like they just walk up to me, and like stand there, and I'm like busy editing. They're like, so apparently you're the video guy.
I guess.
I guess. She's like, what would it take for us to film for you? And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? We're good at filming stuff. We want to film your after movie. And I'm like my brain short circuited. I'm like,
What did you say?
I told him Fantal. Basically, just like I feel like he can
just
get
moved it
yeah,
on
like,
to
I just,
someone
like,
else.
he's like skinny white boy, blonde hair, camera in hand. Go to him; he'll help you out. And
That would have
apparently-
covered
yeah,
most of
but
the videographers.
they just started pestering me, and then basically Ray, who was the like festival organizer and everything, he just saw like the desperation in my eyes. I'm like, I'm tired, bro. I'm like trying to work, and I just got people yelling in my ear, "Are you the video guy?" So Ray just took them backstage, like gave them what they wanted, which was probably just a backstage tour or whatever, and then just sent them on their way.
Good old Ray, production manager to the stars.
Production manager, that was what he was. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to be taking different titles
So
and
also,
upsetting
yeah.
people.
So also, yes, we are the video guy. I'm not helping you do anything.
Yeah, it is like, shame. It's like, it's amazing when people come up to you and they're like, hey, just want to, like, I've seen you, or like, thank you, or whatever. Like, that is the best thing ever. And I think everyone appreciates it no end, especially when you're like 12 hours into a shift. And as drunk as people are at whatever point in the night, we are inversely as brain exhausted. So like the worse it gets, the more your brain is just like, when people ask you questions and you just can't. So like also those people behind the like fences that make sure you can't get to them are doing so because they're working and they need to like focus on things. And as much as we would love to be having as much fun as everyone is on the dance floor, and I think actually one does, but just, in a very different way. It's not it's not time for chats, unfortunately. What was from season the biggest surprise for everybody and the biggest misconception people that like you picked up that people had? Biggest surprise and biggest like misconception that people get wrong about what you were doing there, what we do, whatever the cook. Starting with Kyra.
I'm trying to process that question. Repeat it.
No time off the bat.
No.
So the biggest like surprise or thing that you weren't expecting from season, something you noticed, whatever, and then the biggest misconception. It doesn't necessarily have to be about what we do, but about working in festivals and events and so forth. Jared's having a water break.
Well, I guess the biggest surprise for me personally, because I've obviously never been like to a festival ever.
That blows
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mind.
I've never been to a festival ever because my festival year was going to be 2020.
2020,
And yeah, literally. And then so like I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and that was lots of fun. So yeah, surprised that I enjoyed it. Didn't think I would, to be honest. But I had a lot of fun. Yeah, and I guess misconception. I don't think I ran into any of those, like where people were like, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think
I just thought it would be an interesting question.
Yeah, I
but-
know. I don't know. Have you, Jared? No.
I mean, the misconception for me isn't really like a negative thing.
Mm.
It was like a lot of people obviously we're like new to that space, but not particularly new in doing what we're doing for that space. If that makes sense. Hello.
No, you're good.
It's coming through.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we were new but not new at the same time. Just
Yeah.
new in like a 3 or 7 day festival.
Yeah.
Just like people treated us as professionals, which we
Yeah.
are.
Granted.
Yeah, it
It's
was
just really nice
yeah,
to
it was
have
just
that
nice
sometimes.
to be treated as we should be. And we were treated very well, not gonna lie. And the surprising part was that I quite enjoyed it a lot. Like the late nights, early mornings gives me quite a thrill, not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
it was very fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Biggest surprise, Mr. Synth Peter with the Pit Vipers.
Yeah, I know that was
My bra, my bruder.
that
Yo,
was a surprise.
And when his bass guitarist, I know his name, forgot it now. But
Is it Doctor something or
yeah,
you
but
called
like
him
his
something
actual
like-
name,
Yeah.
Duarte. When Duarte just disappeared for 5 seconds and ran out totally naked, like as I played Rage, like literally just the bass guitar covering his bits. We had a camera from behind, like a live feed. I saw
There was not a lot left to the imagination.
I saw a lot of things. It was, I mean, it's just the quality. I think the quality of the performance, you kind of it reflected that type of, like, if somebody's getting naked, it was a jaw.
Yeah.
And then the biggest misconception for me, and I'm like specifically thinking like Rage and Wonder Bear and stuff, but more specifically like Rage, because like before we went, I was like thinking, oh, it's gonna be so weird, having this bunch of like 18-year-olds just drawing and like us kind of working for the 18-year-olds in like a loose sense of a word or something. But after like day 1 or day 2, like that, they kind of just disappear. Like they're still jawling and they're still everywhere, and you just got to kind of like bob and weave through them if you're moving from stage to stage. But like they just disappear, and you realize that what like Plate Rage actually is all about. It's not about the drama that's happening between the 18-year-olds and the 19-year-olds. It's not about the drama that's happening when they're jawling. It's the drama about everybody else that works there. Like, guys, it was like one big like I equated it to like a grade 7 camp or like a matric, like a because like bartenders, us, the sound techs, the lighting techs,
Stage builders.
stage builders, everybody shared one campsite.
Yeah.
And then like some of the artists would go somewhere else and some would organize somewhere else. But like there was like this very
Berry
weird
Hill.
microcosm of just like you'd wake up and then like you'd see like the DJ that played last night in front of like 100,000 people just like smoking a cigarette and like being in the pool and be like, oh yeah, it's a good set, chatting to like the guy who built the stage, and it's like very quickly the kids, but like then also the drama of the adults working the festival also comes to everyone. I'm not going to say anything. It's just like it's spicy.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
spicy moments.
Why is it
Yeah.
spicy?
Definitely some spicy moments, that's for sure. Yeah.
Bradley, your move.
Biggest surprise. It like wasn't a surprise, but having not been on festivals for a few years and then going back again, I think also the festivals I did a few years ago, I was 100% the youngest, most junior like person on the stage team or whatever the team was. And so then it's like very overwhelming because everyone is just older and more experienced. But going back this time with a lot more experience and understanding, and yeah, it's more just a relieving thing, I think, for me, is that at festivals of that magnitude and every festival I've been to of that magnitude, this is common to, this is, is just shit will go wrong for everyone, no matter how long you've been in the industry, whatever what your role is, whatever, shit will go wrong. And everyone just has to figure it out. And I think that's just something nice to like remember. Because it sucks when it's happening to you. And the biggest misconception, I think, was, I had such a good one, banked up the whole time while you were talking, and I was like, I'm not going to forget it, it's fine. And now I've got here, and I've forgotten that the misconception was...
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Okay, moving on, guys. So, how are you guys feeling for 2023? Like, seriously, like, I think now it's like we're recording this in Feb. So, Jan was like, you know, bit of a wrap up of season. You know, getting all the old, you know, things and in the right places. But your Feb has come, and I feel like it is hitting us with a giant. I'm not even going to say tennis racket, a giant paddle.
A paddle
That's relevant nowadays.
very relevant
So
in
how are you
Cape
guys
Town.
feeling for what's ahead in 2023? Like a lot of things are changing, obviously, but yeah, thoughts, questions, feelings.
I'm excited. I think we should take it 1 month at a time. I think that's the
100%.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
Something that I really want to do is that road trip in winter.
I was thinking about that.
I'm also.
I'm so keen.
We can go sleep over by Dury's house.
We can just
in,
do
in his bed.
There is like
I'm sure there's enough space.
my house.
You can meet the family.
There is like we can get into details later down the line.
You guys already met my family, so
What?
I don't think I've met your
you
family.
haven't. You guys met my
Yeah,
parents.
we did.
When?
In Mossel Bay, I
When you
assume
guys were
for
driving-
one
Oh,
of
I
the
forgot
about that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I
Nice.
bride for you.
You
guys.
are literally
Yeah, you
forgot
did.
about that.
Literally, Duri.
Forgot that
Shout out to
existed.
Duri. Literally, I don't even know where you missioned to get like veggie
Bruh, like
sausages for me.
Like,
He's the fucking best.
probably back
Yo,
to Cape
yo,
Town, going
guys,
the garden route.
Mossel Bay has like so little veggie food. Like I was there, I was in the Checkers, bro. It's a Checkers hyper. No veggie, like there's like not even fries, guys. I went to the Woolies.
What
you know,
veggie fries?
Yeah, like it's a brand
like
fries.
the brand fries.
Fries.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like potato.
Yeah, but like
I
no,
was
like, not Checkers didn't have anything. Woolies didn't have anything. I'm like, oh, I'm stressed. Like, what am I gonna?
What are
buy?
we gonna feed
what am I gonna
Kyra?
feed Kyra,
But you
bro?
put it literally give me peanut
Like-
butter and jam at this point.
And like, yo, dude, I decided I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it for food lovers. I feel like it was the last. Like, I don't even think I was gonna get anything, and I saw a pack of fries in food lovers, and I was like, cool, Kyra's got
Aw.
food.
Thank God for
Yeah.
Duri.
The only pucky of fries in the whole garden
The
route.
whole garden route, bro. Yeah,
That was the
100%.
last decent meal I had. I mean,
Yeah.
plate. Fuck's
Biggest
sake.
misconception I dealt with on those projects.
Is the amount of potato you ate.
That was just
Sure.
that was more a surprise than anything. The amount of, but the biggest misconception I dealt with was once again being reminded that some people think chicken and fish are vegetables, and the amount of times I asked for something vegetarian and someone was like, "So with chicken," and I was like, "No, it's just not a vegetable. That's a thing that runs around. That's
So I think we just like, especially Rage, that 7-day stretch. Like, it was
but
more than
Dutch,
7 days.
yeah."
We just draw so many potatoes.
So
yeah.
many potatoes.
Like Irish
Really?
people during the famine would look at us and be like, "You guys are,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys are lucky,
ridiculous.
eh?"
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
And bread. A lot of bread.
a lot of bread.
Shit.
I made a lot of what I call the divorced dad sandwiches, which is like just like you don't even toast the bread. You just chuck the bread, cold ham, cold cheese, close it, no sauce, and you just
Just
chow
scrunch
like
it
that,
up. and
yeah.
just-
Purely for sustenance.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we did a few things purely for sustenance.
Jared's
there.
Jared's egg and bacon at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Not
Did
gonna
that a
lie,
few
that
times.
I'm backed.
I was waiting for load shedding.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Sure.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, that was dealing with level 6 load shedding when you're on site
Yeah.
17 hours a day.
You
Means that you only have 7 hours to be sleeping, eating, backing up, everything else. And when you only get about 8 hours of power a day, you're playing a
Yeah.
dodgy game there.
You leave home in the morning, no power, can't make food.
Yeah, I think the amount of times we slept through the only power we had because it was the only time we could
Yeah.
sleep was significant. But yeah, this is we're trying to have a quick CAYACast. So
Yeah, I feel like we're
gonna-
winding down. I'm looking at my watch.
I know we need to.
Oh.
We need to
It's going to be a quick one. We just wanted to update you guys, show you
Yeah.
guys the lovely space.
exactly.
Welcome.
And
And
yeah.
and on the next CAYACast, we're going to teach you guys how to make a bride pie.
sure, maybe we will.
Yeah.
Maybe we will. I don't know if it'll work in the studio, but we'll.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one we do when Dury hosts us for homework day. Who knows?
Oh, gee.
Hey, bro, you want to make bride pies?
We're gonna. I said we want to have this. We want to have one CAYACast in the swimming pool.
I still stand by
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing.
Next one might be in a pool.
Next one might be.
Next one we might be making braai pies.
I want to do one in a car.
Carp, no, so
No, but
while
like
we're
in a car.
driving.
Yeah,
we can do the road trip. We're definitely doing a podcast.
whilst you're driving.
Full road trip. We need to think about power.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking.
You just like just driver has a lapel.
Yeah,
Driver
roads.
can't have. Driver can't.
Yeah.
The driver has a lapel mic.
Driver.
Everybody else, we can sort it out later in terms of like post production. It's going to take a little bit more, but and then driver's focused on the road. He can speak, and then we can even play like GPS roulette or take us wherever, like fun stuff like that. I want to. It's experiments. I feel like 2023 is the year for experimentation. We don't even
Love
have our
it.
own studio, guys. Let's experiment.
I love it.
Give
I
us
love
ideas.
energy,
Yeah.
for experiments
Tell us what to do.
and who you want on the CAYACast and what.
Yeah.
People must fucking nominate
Yeah.
O's for the CAYACast.
But first, like and subscribe, and then do that.
Yeah, first like and subscribe, and then we'll only take your nomination if you are subbed.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
And it can't be you.
What?
Imagine.
And,
Can't be you.
and it can't be you. No, that's a cop out as well.
Yeah.
Get someone else to subscribe and nominate you, and then there's a so much better chance that we do that. In
Mhm.
fact, if you were thinking of DMing us,
Get
all
your
you got to
chommy.
do is DM your chum, tell him to subscribe, him,
feel-
her,
oh.
them, whatever. Get them to
I feel like
subscribe.
I feel like we're entering the territory of the cloud chasers.
Yeah. We're
But
just
on-
giving them a loophole.
Yeah, like you're right now. hey. And also,
I feel like cloud
and also-
chasing's a bit less obvious though. We're being very, very
Yeah.
obvious
and
about
then,
it.
but also we're like, oh, yeah. What I'm just saying is, on that note, thank you guys for your sustained support. 2023 is going to be a very fun year. This has been the CAYACast episode 32. I've taken over the outro from Bradley because it's time. So bye.
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 That was a good one.
Cute. Just cute.
It's okay. You haven't been on for a while.